So graphing system. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up with an equation, or we're going to graph these together, and one of them is a line and one of them is a parabola. So my line is this top one up there. That's a linear equation. Y equals -4. That means that y always equals -4, and it doesn't matter what x equals, y always equals -4. So there's y equals -4. And do you recognize what kind of graph this is going to be right here?
Quadratic.
Yeah, it's going to be quadratic. And what form is that in right now?
Vertex.
Good job. It's in vertex form. And what's the vertex?
-1, -4.
Let's go. -1, -4 is the vertex. So -1, -4. Oh, wow. How about that? It's right on my line. -1, -4 is the vertex. Is it opening up or down?
Up.
That's right. It's opening up because it's positive, and and A is 1. So that means, watch, when I go over 1, I'll go up 1 or right.
Where?
When I go over 2 from the vertex, I'll go up how much? Over 2, it's a quadratic. So I'm not going to go up 1. I'm going to go up 2 squared, which is what?
4.
It's 4. So I'm going to go up 4. Whether I go right or left, if I go over 2 to the left, I'm going to go up 4. So that's what my graph's going to look like.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's how you graph the system. And what would the solution to the system be? It's where they intersect, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to make this in red so you can see it better. And where do they intersect?
At -1, -4.
Perfect. -1, -4. That's the solution. And there's only one solution because the vertex happens to be touching that point, or that line, the other line, exactly touching it. Okay. If they had asked us to solve for that line and the line, I don't know, y equals 3, how many solutions would you have? If they said y equals 3 and that yellow line, y equals x plus 1 squared minus 4.
Would you have
how many
2?
solutions? Yeah, you'd have 2 now because y equals 3
intersect.
is up here.
Yeah.
And you're going to have 1 there and you're going to have 1 there. There's going to be 2 solutions. And the 2 solutions are going to be 3 comma, I'm sorry, not 3 comma. It's going to be whatever you get when you plug in 3.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, sorry, you don't know how to do this yet. You have you learned how to solve these equations, these problems yet?
I don't think so. No.
You would plug 3 in for y.
Okay.
And then you would solve that equation. I think you have done it before. So you would plug 3 in for y. And there would be 2 solutions to that. You're going to add 4 to both sides, so you're going to have 7. Now you're going to take the square root, so you're going to have plus or minus. That's where you get the 2. Plus or minus the square root of 7 equals x plus 1, and then subtract 1 from both sides. It's -1 plus or minus the square root of 7 equals x. So this point right here is -1 plus the square root of 3, comma 3. And this point over here is -1 minus the square root of 3, comma 3.
Okay.
Because this is the vertex, it's at -1. And this distance right here is the square root of 3 to the right. And this distance is the square root of 3 to the left. So you either add the square root of 3 to -1 or you subtract it. Okay. Did I confuse you with that?
Not really, no.
Okay, it was pretty deep, but I think that's why I wanted to record it because I knew we were going to do some of that stuff. Go ahead and watch that video again later. What's your next question?
I just put it on there. It might take a little bit to load.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, I put it on the third slide.
Oh, no problem. All right, graph the following system. All right, let's do this one now. So the XY plane is going to be like this. What kind of equation is that first one?
Oh, the first one's linear.
Good. It's linear. And what is the y-intercept?
10.
Good. So there's my y-intercept. I'm going to plot that first. Whoops. I'm going to plot that with a red point. And what do I do to find another point? From there, where do I go?
Oh, wait.
Do you remember how to plot, how to graph a line in slope-intercept form?
Yeah.
You start with this y-intercept and then what?
And then you go over to the m value, and then you go. Would you go down 2 over 1?
Mm-hmm. Down 2 and right or left 1?
Left. No, right.
It would be right 1. Yeah, because it should be going down like this if the slope's negative, right? So down 2, right 1. So there's that point. So that's my line. My line is going to look like this. Okay, there's my line. Now this, I happen to know because I'm really smart, that this point right here is going to be 5. Okay, you can check that, but you'll see that that's true. And then how do I graph this other one? What kind of graph is it?
Quadratic.
Yeah, and how do I graph it? What's the easiest way to graph that one?
Find the vertex.
Which is?
3, 1.
Perfect, good job. 3, 1. Ooh, 3, 1. See how it's a little bit below that red line?
Yeah.
I think it is going to be below that red line because on the red line, if I plugged in 3 for the red line, it would be 3, 4, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely below it. They don't intersect there, which is good because how many solutions am I going to have? Well,
2.
I'm going to have 2. Good. I go right 1 and up 1. And I go left 1. Left 1 would be here and up 1. I go right 2 and up 4. I go left 2 and up 4. You get what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Because this is a quadratic and A is 1. If A is 1, the X and Y are related in a quadratic relationship without stretching or shrinking. So I'm going to go right 2 and up 4. So that would be at 5, 5, I believe. So there's that point.
Yeah.
And it's going to be symmetric on the other side. It's going to be right like that. So my graph is like this. Now, I don't know exactly where it crosses. Actually, I can figure out where it crosses the x-axis. Uh-oh, guess where it crosses? When I plug in 0 for x, what do I get? -3 squared is what?
+9.
Yep, and what's 9 plus 1?
10.
Good. So it's going to cross at that same axis, at that same value. It's going to cross, whoops, it's going to cross right here. You see that?
Yeah.
So this point, I can't really tell what it is, but there's one solution. And the other point, I can tell what it is because it's right there. The other point might not be quite so pretty. Oh, actually it is pretty too. That one's pretty as well. That point happens to be right on, it's on 4,2, I believe. Because if I plug in 4 here for X and both of them, I get 2 for Y. 4,2, 4,2. Yeah, so that point is actually pretty as well. It's 4,2. Usually it doesn't work out that nicely for you in the real world, just so you know. Okay, get how that worked? Now it didn't ask us. Oh yeah, it does ask us. Does the system have any solutions? Yes.
Yeah.
And what are they? So the solutions are, there's one of them, 0, 10, and here's the other one, 4, 2, because I could see on the picture that that's what it is. So 0, 10, and 4, 2. Those are my two solutions. Okay.
Okay.
Let's take a look at on the graphing calculator. If we punch that in real quick, if I punched in -2 plus 10, whoops, -2x plus 10, -2x plus 10, and then if I punched into the other one, parenthesis x minus 3 squared plus 1, and if I graph them, you can see, you see those points?
Yeah.
You can see, oh yeah, look, there it is, 4, 2, and 0, 10. Those are my 2 points, zoomed in.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Love those graphing calculators. All right, let me see you try this one. I'll draw the XY plane on there. You graph them for me.
Okay. I'm not on my iPad, so.
Oh, okay. Tell me what to do.
All right.
First one will be in red.
First one is a linear equation, and the y-intercept is at -1.
Okay, -1. So do I go up, down, left, or right?
You go up, right.
No, sorry, I haven't plotted it yet. Where do I plot the y-intercept?
Oh,
I'm starting at the origin.
At -1.
So do I go left or down?
Down.
Good. Now what?
And then you go up 2 over 1 to the right.
Up 2 over 1, okay. And then connect them.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what?
And then you find the vertex of the second one, which is -1, -3.
Okay, -1, -3.
Plot this line here. Okay.
Wait, maybe that's actually on my line.
Yeah,
on my red line. I think it is. -1, -3. I didn't do a very good job drawing my red line or that dot. So let's fix that. That's one reason why it's good to have like good graph paper to do these things, which I don't have. Close enough. So, oh, interesting. It's on my line. The vertex is on my line. But it's not a horizontal line, so I might have 2 solutions still, right?
Yeah.
So how do I find the solutions? Or what do I do to graph it, I should say? What do I do to graph this? There's my vertex, and now what?
Wouldn't you go up 1 over, or over 1 up 1?
Yep, over 1 up 1. So there's 1 point. And same to the other side, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now what?
Wouldn't you go from the original point? Wouldn't you go over 2 up 4?
Yep, over 2 up 4. is going to put me at here.
Oh, it plots you another point on the line.
Oh, sorry, I did that wrong. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, you're right. And over 2 up 4 is going to put me here.
Yeah.
Right? And so my graph's going to look like this. Yeah, how about that? Nice job, bud. Well done. So what are my solutions?
Well, one of the solutions is -1, -3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can check them by plugging them in to both equations over here, right? And you'll see that -1, -3 works in both. And what the other one?
+1, +1.
Yes, good job. Well done. Got more?
Yeah. Let me put this one in there. Oh, frick. Okay, wait. Let me do it here. Okay, there we go. Now it's an X value instead of a Y.
All right, so what does that do?
That just changes the original point that it starts on.
Okay, and what would it be then? What kind of line is it when it just says X?
A vertical line.
Good. Vertical line where?
On +5.
Good. So there's 5. There's my vertical line. And what's my other one?
Quadratic.
Okay, what's the vertex?
+3, +2.
Good. So 3, 2 would be right here. And what?
And then you go over 1, up 1.
Over 1, up 1.
And then you do the same
So
thing on
that's
the
going to
other
put me
side.
at 4 and 3, right?
Yeah.
4 and 3 or 2 and 3? 2 and 3. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 and 3, 4 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then go over 2 up
4.
Good. So we started at 2, right? So that's 2. That would be 6.
Yeah, and then that one, no, 5 would be on the line.
Wasn't it 2? Well, aren't I going up 4?
It's here. It starts.
Didn't it start me at 2?
No, that's
up
3.
2. I know this is 3, 2.
Yeah, 3, 2.
So don't I go over 2 up 4? What would up 4 from 2 be? It'd be 6, not
okay.
5.
I thought you were talking. Oh, yeah, you're right. I thought you were talking about the X.
Yeah, no, 5, 6. Yes.
Yeah.
5, 6 is your point.
Yeah.
And this one would be 1, 6. Right? But that's obviously not a solution. So how many solutions is this going to have?
1.
Yeah, it's only going to have 1 because it's not going to go through that line again.
Yeah.
Good job. Good in the hang of that?
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Yeah. Okay. This one should be the right one. Nope. Okay. This is an X. Oh no, it is Y. All right, there we go. Okay. Slide 6, right? Yeah. They should be there.
Put it there. I saw it for a second and then it disappeared. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What do I do first?
So the first equation is linear, and you would plot +4 on the y-axis,
Okay.
and then you'd go up 1 over 2 to the right.
Up 1 over 2. Good. So that point's going to be 2, 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then draw my line. Okay. Hopefully that's decent enough. Now, what do I do for the other one?
And then you plot the vertex, which is -2, -3.
Good. -2, -3. There's the vertex. And is it opening up or down?
Up.
Careful.
Oh, wait.
You see that -a there?
Oh, okay.
So this is actually going to be opening down, right? So instead
Okay,
of going
yeah.
over 1, down, up 1, you're going over 1, down 1.
So wait, if it's a positive A value, it opens up, but if it's a negative A value, it opens down.
You got it.
Okay.
Because that's like flipping it, right? It's like multiplying it by a negative. So it goes over 1, down 1, over 2, down 4. So that would be 3. That would be -7. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's -7. And then it'd be symmetric over here. So your graph looks like this. And what's the answer to the questions at the bottom there?
It would be no solution because it doesn't intersect with the original line.
No. There you go. Okay. So they don't have to have any solutions. They could have one solution or they could have 2 solutions, but not anything other than that. 0, 1, or 2 solutions.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah. And there's the last one. All right.
All right. So this one, y = 6. So that's going to be a vertical or a horizontal line, right?
Yeah.
Y = 6 is up here. Y = 6. And then y = x² + 5. So x² + 5 means that it's basically your parabola, your normal parabola, but it's just shifted up 5. So it's going to start at 5, right? Your vertex is going to be at 0, 5. You understand that?
Yeah.
And then, whoops, let me change that color. It's 0, 5. Because this is kind of like saying x - 0² + 5, right? So your vertex is 0, 5. That's one way to think of it. And then if I go over 1, up 1, hey, look at that. Over 1, up 1, there are my 2 solutions. Your solutions are 1, 6 and -1, 6.
Okay. Gonna be 2 solutions.
Yep, 2 solutions. 1, 6 and -1, 6. Okay?
Yeah. All right.
Feeling good about it?
Yeah.
Seems like you get it pretty well.
Yeah.
Good job. I will see you next time, okay?
All right.